say should become public only if he decides to make it public. He can say whatever he wants, but
here's what I'll say is I've been keeping the First Lady waiting for about half an hour, so I'm going to take off.
And I don't want to make her mad. Please go.
You're in good hands, and Gibbs will call last question.
Yeah, help me. Thank you.
Baby, baby, how I want you. Baby, baby, how I need you. Baby, baby, you're the only one.
Unprecedented. Unprecedented. I have never, in all of my years of watching politics, seen this type of maneuver that I saw today. I was eating a takeout Japanese lunch, okay, watching the news as I like to do. I don't like going out. And I'm watching this press conference, and I see Obama standing there like some kind of intern on the right side. And there's Bill Clinton. He's the president again. And incidentally, he's holding forth. He's holding down the stage, looking very good. It actually made me feel good about America for the first time in 12 years. He looked more presidential than Bush. And he's speaking rationally about how good the tax cut extensions are. Because Bill Clinton has become a rich man since he's left office. And he associates naturally with very wealthy men. So he finally understands that all of that, let us say, rhetoric that he engaged in as a younger man has no relevance in the real world, particularly at a time like this. So he's a fiscal conservative. And there's Mr. Obama standing there like smiling and on the side. And someone asks him a question. He says, I got to leave now. I got to go to a party. Goodbye. So the first word that came to my mind was abdicate. President Obama has abdicated to give up as a throne, formally abdication. Abdication. It's as though he abdicated his responsibilities for sure, but it's almost as though he's given up as president. Am I the first one who has seen this? No. I'm not the first one to have commented on it. Perhaps this afternoon or early evening in radio, you haven't even heard about it. But this is an unprecedented situation. I believe in presidential politics. In my lifetime, I've never seen anything like it. The president hands off answering questions about his responsibilities today because Michelle is waiting at a party. This is the best the liberals can produce. He can't even face the press anymore. And we watch the complete meltdown of the far left. Not only are they not governing anymore, they're not even sticking around to lead. They don't even have the guts to stick it out. Never mind fighting. They can't even put up a front. And this is why we're losing around the world. This is why the radical Islamists are basically laughing at us. It's how China ate our lunch. It's because what Obama did today is representative of what the so-called leadership on the left has been doing for too long right now. By his actions, Obama has said, I am over my head. I can't take it anymore. And he looked like an apprentice. Now, so I'm going to raise a question. You can comment on Bill Clinton today if you saw it. We're going to play some of the more of the sound because this is historic, by the way. It's historic. And the reason he can't take the heat is because his whole life, the skids were greased for him. He was a child of mixed parentage from a racial point of view. That is a well-established fact. And it worked for him his entire life. The guilty, rich, white liberals of his youth bent over backwards, paved the way for him, greased the skids for him, whatever you want to say. He never faced criticism of any kind. And his kindly grandmother raised him. She sacrificed for him. I doubt very much that he had to get into the hard scrabble life in order to get where he is. I don't think he held down jobs even like I did, frankly, to get where he is. I'm pretty sure he didn't. By his own admission, he didn't. And if you read Trickle Up Poverty, you'll find that he hung around with pretty rich kids in college, even up to Columbia. He was still hanging around with rich kids because he liked the trappings of that life. Who doesn't? So he didn't really have that hard a life. He had a very easy life. The skids were greased. No one criticized him. The university professors, as you well know, bowed down to him for a number of reasons, which I've already spelled out. I don't have to beat it up. You can figure it out. And so, therefore, he was not ready for this kind of intense pressure heat and fighting that you get in the kind of political position that he's in.
Here's what I'll say is I've been keeping the First Lady waiting for about half an hour, so I'm going to take off. But,
I don't want to make her mad. Please go.
you're in good hands, and Gibbs will call last question.
Yeah, help me. Thank you.
There goes my baby, moving on down the line. Wonder where she's bound. I wrote her heart and made her cry. Now I'm alone.
Now, the question is, what is the question? There are so many questions that you can ask any one of them and come up with 80 answers. A, why did he call a press conference after he had just done a deal with the Republicans that made him look centrist and, let us say, reemerged as a leader? Who was it who whispered in the president's ear and said, now do a press conference and we'll bring out Bill Clinton in order to rescue the left wing? And who didn't think it through and say, wait a minute, this will make the president look completely a vacillator and weak. He shouldn't do it. Where is the wisdom here? Where are the advisors? That's one question, of which there are myriad answers. Number two, where was Biden? In other words, if the president needed to run to a Christmas party or escape the heat, why didn't the vice president step up? He is the second in command of the Democrat Party. Figuratively, literally, where was he? Surely he could have put down the squirt gun for a few moments and left Bethesda from and come out for a second even. So there's no thought here. Something's wrong. So it's terrible for us. You know, it's not good for America to see this man in such trouble. By the way, see, many people say, oh, great, we got him on the run. It's terrific. Well, in one regard, yes, it means the left is fractured and the Democrats are finished, and that's good. A pox upon all the houses. That's all for what they did to this country and what they would have done. Okay? That's the good news. But on the other hand, we have bad enemies, really bad. Now they see that we have a vacillator and basically an escape artist for president, so they're going to press us. Then you take a look at Gates, the head of the military, and Mullen, who are Stepford-wise for every left-wing policy imaginable, fighting their own generals on Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Again, weakling, terrible, not good for the military, terrible for troop morale, emboldens our enemies. Go down the list. So it's not good for us to have a weak leader. And so where this ends up, I don't really know. I don't know where this is going to be on Monday. He's going to realize that the whole country's abuzz with, did he abdicate? Why did he leave? He looked weak by tonight already because of what the internet's abuzz. Talk radio's abuzz. I am anyway, and I pick up the afternoon across America, except for one individual who sounds like your grandmother having a hysterectomy without anesthesia. I'm the only one anyone listens to. And so, therefore, it's a big topic. Why is Bill Clinton back? Why? Why him of all people? And he went on and on. God bless him. God blessed him. And where did he get all this energy from? He relished it like, there he was again, back on familiar turf. And the press, there they were again. Mr. President this, Mr. President that. Yes, Charles, and yes, Roberta. There he was, back in charge again, and the schmucks were happy. But they were back in the good old times, let the good times roll. The good times are here again. There they were, President Clinton this, President Clinton that. And the junior senator from Illinois is at a party somewhere with mistletoe. But he did you hear Clinton? Do you know what I am talking about? Listen to one of the clips for a minute, please. Listen to clip 14, just for a second.
I have
Let's
reviewed this agreement that the president reached with the Republican leaders, and I want to make full disclosure. I make quite a bit of money now, so the position that the Republicans have urged will personally benefit me. And on its own, I wouldn't support it because I don't think that my tax cut is the most economically efficient way to get the economy.
I don't believe it. He's real glad he's not paying more. Let me put it to you that way. There's not a man on earth who makes the kind of money he makes who wants to give more to the government. He breathed a sigh of relief, too, that he didn't have to pony up more money to the jerks. And he knows better than we do what they do with it, okay? So, they all have to say it. I don't really want it. I didn't need it. Even though I'm wealthy, it didn't, and it would have benefited me. I'm glad it happened, but I'm so sorry it happened because if it had not happened, I would have been glad to give more money to the morons in Washington to blow on bridges to Nancy Pelosi's cannoli fact, and so on. So I don't believe that part of it. But Obama was put into a place where he had to agree with the Republicans because the people who really make money and run the world said to him, hey, Schmendrick, let's stop already with the Columbia University bubble blowing here. Just for 2 minutes, put down the beanie and the bong. All right, put down the bong and put down the Karl Marx for a minute, the collected works of Karl Marx. Let's talk turkey here, Schmendrick. You never ran a business. You never created a product that anyone knew, so listen for 2 seconds. No one needs anything you ever created, so listen to those of us who run mega empires. If you take away these taxes, you're going to destroy the economy even further. So just you knock it off with this left-wing gibberish. They don't know what they're talking about. And let's do the right thing here and let's make the economy move ahead, or we're finished altogether, not only as a party but as a nation. So Obama says, I agree with the Republicans. He did the right thing. He could have left it at that. He didn't have to have a press conference today. What did he do it for? Why did he bring out Clinton? Answer, because he was misadvised. He has bad advisors now. The adults have left. They've gone back to the business and academic world. The good ones are gone. And all that's left are the psychopathic people behind the scenes, the czars and the losers who can't even get their jobs back in academia because they're such failures. You know, I'm surprised Robert Reich hasn't been hired again from Berkeley. They could have taken him in on a tricycle somewhere. The eternal Robert Reich. Every time you turn around there, just when you don't need him, sitting there, yeah, the rich, this, the rich. You know how rich he is? Look into Robert Reich's past from Berkeley. Robert Reich. Ask him why his wife sued the university when she wasn't given tenure. Ask him about the rich. Ask Robert Reich why he bashes the rich and how his wife sued when she didn't get tenure. The next time Robert Reich appears on MSNBC. Surprised he hasn't been called back by the Obama administration.
Savage.
Warning. The Michael Savage Show contains adult language, adult content, psychological nudity. Listener discretion is advised.